All right, good morning, everybody. This is Paul McMillan II, and welcome to another live session. And it's May 9th, 2022, and it's on a Monday. So when we look at the news here, we can see that all major pairs are pretty much in the clear except for the GPP pair. That's going to be under a little bit of amazing news around 9 o'clock this morning. And everything else seems like it's in the green or in the yellow rather. So we're going to do a top-down analysis on NAS100 as usual. So the first thing we're going to do is, excuse me, is mark up the market structure from the 15-minute to the 4-hour time frame. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this recording until I go all the way back in price, as far as back as I can. Be right back. So this is as far as back as price goes. So so now I'm going to start marking up market structure. So, excuse me. So when I mark up market structure, basically I like to line it up in areas where there's a lot of liquidity, in areas where there was huge moves for the institutions. The way I identify that is by the institutional imbalance moves in the market. So for example, if I see a move here, then I know that there is a good zone up here, okay? Same thing down here, you see a lot of liquidity that made price bounce up a little bit up to this next zone. So that's why I put a horizontal line here, the same thing here, so on and so forth. So I can see a little bit of probably one there and one up here. And then once I do that, that's why I draw my zones, right in these same areas. That's what I do. And so that's how I mark up my zones. As a matter of fact, I might move this one up to here. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the 30-minute time frame. Okay. When I move to the 30-minute time frame, I go exactly where I left off as far as marking up my charts, and then keep on going. So this is what we marked up from the let's see, from the 15-minute. You see that's where the vertical line is. So then I'll do the same thing here. So I'll put a vertical line here because it lets me know that that's why I marked up everything for the 30-minute time frame. And then once again, I take my horizontal lines and mark it up again. Now I'm going to change the color of this. Okay. This is going to be green at this point. And then I go ahead and mark up the bottom. And there we have it. Now, light green, same thing here. And then I want to do the same thing up here as well. Right. Now, then I go ahead and move on to the 1-hour time frame and do the same exact thing. And as you can see some of the zones that I drew for the 30-minute. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing here. All right. So then I go ahead and take this. And I'm going to actually make this, yeah, red. Okay. So I do the same exact thing. Matter of fact, let me pause this recording. I need to make an adjustment. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I made my adjustment. I had to make some adjustment to my red horizontal line here. Had to make it a little bit thicker. So now we're going to be marking up these areas here as well. And then we're going to draw zones off of these areas too. So now we're going to do that. So now that we've done that, now we're going to put 4-hour time frame. And now we're going to mark up the 4-hour time frame all the way to current price here. So I'm going to grab a horizontal line here. I'm going to make this purple. I wonder if I'll actually change this and make this thicker as well. Take this out. Save my template. Save my progress there. And put another one. Probably going to say down here somewhere, possibly. Because price look like it's still trending down. So then I'm going to put just another zone down to here. Make this purple. And then that's what I'm going to work with. And then at this point, we're going to go back to the 15-minute time frame and then figure out our sniper entry at this point. Now, at this point, we can see at this point that price is oversold. So it would probably be safe to go ahead and put maybe a zone down here, and then let me draw that zone here, just to let me know that this is the floor, okay? This is the actual floor of the house, so to speak. So now, so at this point, we have completed step one. And so now we want to identify the trend in this market. Well, when I kind of look at the trend in this market, we can clearly see that price started trending down, of course, to this point. Okay. But we see it reverse here as well. When we look at the RSI, it looks like price is trending up at this moment. So where current price is at, I'm going to say that more likely price is starting to trend back up again. And the reason why I say that typically is because, you know, price is really oversold at this point, honestly. It's really oversold. So it's at the very bottom. So I'm almost kind of certain that price is ready to trend on up. At this point, shoot, let me see something here. We'll go ahead and move that up a little bit. All right. So that's why I probably would say that price is trending upward. But it can still go either way. So what I might do is, I might erase this zone. And if I need to put it, I'll put it. I'm gonna erase this zone for now. Even though I know price is at the floor, I know that. I'm going to erase it for now. So I would say that price is probably going to start reversing and trending upward because it's oversold. It's at the very bottom floor. So now what I'm going to do is turn on my higher high and lower low strategy indicator. And so since my indicator is not indicating the low here, then I'm just going to do what I did before. I'm going to put just the floor zone here. So I'm just going to put that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that anyway. Now, in order for me to actually buy this, I would need to see price breakthrough here. So this is where I'm going to put my X factor line. Since we're at the very bottom of the floor, it's going to be my X factor line to actually buy, nothing else. So that's what I would be looking for. Now, at this point, this is what I would do. So then I would just go to this point here. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is, now this is like a Harami candle down here. So it looks like it is a sign of reversal. Just like what we kind of seen, up here. And that's what made price go all the way down. So there's a possibility that price might come up and mitigate this area, then maybe shoot on down again, gather some liquidity here, and then eventually shoot up. But I would wait for price to definitely break through here before I even buy into this next zone. So now what we're going to do is, with this here, now I'm going to turn on my order block indicator because I'm going to be looking for imbalances in the market that price created. Now, when I look at how they, when I look here, I see imbalances all the way up here from this previous order. So eventually they're going to have to fill all this up. They haven't filled it yet. They medicated half of this area here. So that's taken care of, but they still got all this they need to make back. So that's what I'm going to be looking for when it comes to the buy. Now, of course, I see that there's some imbalances up here. So they may bring price up to mitigate this and then maybe shoot it back down again, possibly. But I'm not going to, but if price decides to sell back down here, I'm not going to sell because it's not enough momentum for me to get any good profit. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not enough momentum for me to really get anything good. If they brought it up to here and they brought it back all the way down to here, I mean, I don't know. It would be a little tricky to actually sell if price went all the way up here and then came all the way down here. It would be just a little too tricky for me to do that. It's possible, but I would have to see price come up and mitigate this area, hit up here, and then come back down to actually sell it. That's what I would have to see. But if price decides to buy up, then I'm looking for them to really drive price up to really mitigate all these areas and these imbalances. So what I'm going to actually do for this time being, that's my trend line here. I'm going to go ahead and place my risk to reward tool. For the buy. And I'm probably going to be looking for them to really buy this all the way up to here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot for just my regular pip goal, the NAS100. Make this TP1. TP1, 750 plus pips. All right, that's what I'll be looking for. And then for TP2, I'm looking for them to at least get up to here. And at least sell this off and then bring price all the way back down here. So if that's the case, And I'm looking at this as TP2. And TP2, that would go on 4,000 plus pips. TP2, 4,500 plus pips. That's what I'll be looking for as far as the buy. If the price crosses this, closes above, then I'm definitely buying. Now, as far as when it comes to the sell, I would have to see price fill this imbalance, drive price up here to sell all half of this imbalance off, and then possibly sell it back down to here. Now, if they do that, then maybe I'll probably consider maybe selling. Maybe this over. Then go ahead and move this over a little bit. Bear with me. All right. For the sell, I would have to see it hit up to here and then close below here and go down here. That's the only way I can really see that. So then I could probably, if price comes up to here, bounces off of here, rejects it, and come back down and then breaks this again after coming up to here, then I probably would consider maybe selling it. Because then at this point, I would be able to get a decent sell on NAS right down at this point. But that's the only way I would sell it. So I'll go ahead and set it and just see if it does what it do. This would be 770 plus pips for TP1. And then it's down to here. That would be TP2. Over 1,000 plus pips. That's the only way I would see it at that point. But in order for me to buy it, it's when I have to cross this point here. That's when I would feel comfortable buying it, because if it busts through this high, then it's probably ready to buy, maybe even up in this high here. So we'll see where we're at. So the only thing we could do at this point is just wait for the 930 bell. Now, I'm going to turn on my Delorean EMA indicator as well. Now, this is an indicator that I use as extra confirmation on top of any analysis I do. So anytime when the yellow EMA crosses the red EMA, and especially the blue EMA, if it ever does, that's a huge confirmation for a buy or a sell, depending on what direction it's going. And if it lines up to my confirmation, then that's when I go in. So I'm just going to wait for the 930 bell. Something tells me they're probably going to try to mitigate this area here, maybe bring it down, so that way they can finish all of this imbalance off, and then they just want to drive price up to the moon. That's what I'm really thinking they're going to do. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what price does. So what we're going to do is we got an hour and 5 minutes. So I'm going to wait until the 9:30 bell. So stay tuned. All right, guys. So just to give you an update, it's 9:05 a.m. I made some adjustments as far as my take profit levels. So if price happens to go below this, then I will sell it and push it down to here. But if it closes above here, buys up, then that's when I'll buy it. So I have my risk to reward tools set. So that way I'll have my stop loss and take profit. For either one, something tells me, now that I kind of really looked at it, based off the RSI, possibility of price might sell it down somewhere. This high is lower than the previous high. If I sell it down, wouldn't be surprised if they sell it down again. All the way up, but it could go either way. We'll know for sure with the next couple of candles. We'll know for sure. But we'll see. These are just speculations, but at least we have an idea of what price could go. Most important, we'll resume when we get closer to 9:30 bell. Be right back. All right, so we got about 10 minutes left. I think the price is going to sell because of this order block. That's kind of the determining, that's really the real determining factor as to why I'm going to sell this. If there was no order block here, then I probably would have concluded that maybe it would have eventually gone in. But we'll know for sure at the 9:30 bell. So we've got about 10 minutes. Once it gets to about the last 10 seconds, I'll do this recording and we're going to put our seatbelts on and see what happens. Be right back. All right, so we have over 10 seconds left. 9:30 bell is about to activate. Let's see what price does. There we go. See what price go. Now, if price breaks this line and goes up, then I'm going to buy it. But I see a huge order block there. I think it's going to sell. Yeah, I think it's pushing down. But if it buys up, I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Influential, scientifical power. My mental violence will shower, devour at a crazy rate. Yeah, I whirlwind through cities. Influential, scientifical power. My mental violence will shower, devour at a crazy rate. Let's see. Pushing up a little bit. I'll pause this recording until price really gets moving. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, it looks like it's selling, but it's playing back and forth. But yeah, I see it. I see it dripping down as well. So that's what we're gonna wait for.
All right.
Let me see my phone
Yeah, we all in
screen, see where I'll
COTP,
be at.
baby. Yes. And it seems to be doing pretty good. No glitches
Yes,
or
it
nothing.
has. I withdrew yesterday for Mother's Day, okay?
Uh-huh.
I was
Yeah.
waiting on that other little bit from Zephyr and it didn't come. So I just took out money from COTP and it literally was there within 5 minutes from the transaction of moving it to converting it to Bitcoin to dropping it in the wallet. It was really fast.
Now, which wallets do you use?
Me right now, I either use the Who or FTX to move out TRC to Bitcoin and I move it to my Cash App.
Okay, okay, you use Bitcoin. All right. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, once I move it out to USDT, if I move it, 9 out of 10 is coming out. Or it may go into, you know, like I'm going to put that money back in COTP this morning.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm literally going to move it to FTX, move it over to TRC and put it back into the platform.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for another platform that has good like Visa cards that you can use. I have a BitPay and I have a Crypto.com.
Do you have Uphold?
Uphold? Okay, I'll check that
Uphold
out.
is a good one. And they give you Bitcoin. They give you Bitcoin once a month. I don't know how or why, but every month they give you Bitcoin.
Can you put your link in the chat?
Yeah, hold on. Let me grab it out my phone. Yeah, I use Uphold because BitPay has started like a while ago. They sent me a message stating that they were not taking USD. They weren't taking US citizens anymore. And I've been using you for 5 years. What you mean?
BitPay? Really?
BitPay. And now they obviously it must have been a glitch because all of my people telling me that they can still use their BitPay card. Thank God I didn't throw it away. I just need to put my 12-word phrase in and get it on. Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see where I'm at.
Let's see where you at, baby. I told you what my take profit is 12,080.
I mean, some serious drawdown, though. Damn. But we'll see.
Baby, you gonna be all right. Just breathe.
Oh, it's gonna sell. Oh, it's gonna sell.
You already know it's gonna sell. Don't trip. You know I got you.
Already know.
It's very rare that I'm wrong. Okay.
True.
And if I'm wrong, I'll take that L and get my butt up out the markets. I can't believe I got caught up in the markets Friday. Okay. Trying to do too much.
I'll pause recording until I get into profit. $59 profit, so I'm close to recovering that $291 loss. So let's see what my second partial trade does. Right back. So I'm probably gonna close it at $30 profit here. Just wait. Let's go back up to 30 or 32, something like that. There we go. All right, so suffered a $291 loss, so it made another nine, I think it's another 90 some dollars, so I gotta make back $197. I guess it was this session. It's here.
You close out all your positions or you got anything open?
Closed out all my positions.
Oh, okay, I'm still in.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this recording because it was really dropping now. Stop this recording since we're done. That's the end of this session.